Back here at the Potter Dome for the Lady Potters versus the Lady Rail Splitters. Lincoln in their traveling green uniforms with white numerals trimmed in red and the checkerboard down the sides of them. Morton in the home whites with red numerals trimmed in gray. As we get set to start, Lily Holmes, first starter out. Grace Schneider, the junior. Mesa McLeod, number 11, another junior. Mia Clark, another junior, number 25, and McKinley Knapp, the lone senior in the starting lineup, Big Mac, number 31. And getting ready for the starting lineup for the Lady Potters as the lights go out here at Morton. Oh, good. Now I can't see.
Now the starting lineup for your
Maybe they'll set off fireworks.
Oh, there you go.
Abby Brooks, a 5'9" sophomore guard, one of the starters. One of the Van Meenen sisters. Paige Selke, number 31 out there. They had her listed as number 30, I think, in their roster, and they've switched uniforms on us again. The other Van Meenen sister. Well, we will call them Abby and Ellie. The Van Meenen sisters were a ton against Lincoln in both games last year as the Potters around their coach. The other starter, Julia Laufenberg, a 5'10" senior. Morton's got size. And Craig, that bothered Lincoln against Central Catholic. Central Catholic was young, but their guards were tall and long, and the Lincoln guards are not tall. They're small. They're 5'3", 5'4", and they had a lot of trouble with the trapping Central Catholic defense. If you're an opposing coach and you watch that film, you're probably going to go after the guards, I would think, wouldn't you?
You're going to follow what was done before to see if your team can execute that, yes.
Tap goes to Morton, and here we go. They go inside to Abby. Back out front, ball stolen away by Grace Schneider, and ball tapped away from her and out of bounds, and it'll be Lady Rail Splitter basketball. Nice defense by Lincoln on the opposite end. Craig, we know what Lincoln's going to do, the 1-2-2. Morton may throw a lot of different defenses at them.
Yeah, that was a good opening for a young team. That was a great opening defensive stand, being active.
McLeod inbounds the basketball, throws it up, and a floater pass was nearly stolen by Laufenberg. And Lily Holmes called for carrying a basketball. Craig, we saw this in the opening game against Central Catholic, a lot of floater passes, not crisp passing. And anymore, the bounce pass is still an effective tool against defenses.
Yeah, and you also see
Ellie Van Meenen with a shot out of the corner. The three-pointer, it's good, and Morton up 3-0. Morton in what appears to be, I thought it was man-to-man press, and now they trap Grace Schneider. And on the alternating possession, it will be Lincoln basketball. And right there we saw it, Craig, going after the smaller guards.
Going after them, and Lincoln's guards need to realize that and take their time, not try to put the ball on the floor right away.
Holmes, left-handed dribble, hand off to Schneider, ball out of bounds. And this was what befell the Lady Railers against Central Catholic, was passes that just went through hands or were not crisp. And on the turnover, Morton's got it back in the backcourt. Now to Abby. Laufenberg in the corner, Ellie. Ellie, nice fake around Clark, baseline, dribbled it out of bounds off her leg, and it'll go back to Lincoln. 7:04 to go here in the opening stanza. Morton up 3-0. Schneider in the backcourt to McLeod. Mesa almost wasn't ready for the pass. Back to handoff Schneider. Grace nearly had the ball tapped away from her, and here comes the trap. She goes baseline, Clark. Clark back out front, Schneider. Schneider over here in front of the Morton bench on the left wing around the screen. Ball batted away from her, and here comes Morton on the run. Abby up and good. 5-0 Lincoln. 5-0 Morton. And Lincoln struggling to handle the basketball. They get it into Holmes. Holmes will work against Brooks. And now Morton starts backing up their man-to-man pressure. Holmes dribbles in the lane, goes up, 8-footer off the glass, no good. Tap away, ball on the floor, and Ellie Van Meenen comes out of there with it. Van Meenen against the Lincoln press, throws it ahead to Abby. Abby, ball tapped away by Knapp. Here comes Clark the other way. Clark down the lane, left-hander up, no good. Rebound, Ellie. Ellie quickly up the floor. Into Selke, up and good. Selke from Laufenberg, and it is 7-0 with 5:57 to go. Ball batted away from Schneider again. They go inside Brooks. Brooks, 5-footer. She's fouled by Holmes.
Lincoln foul number 2, Lily Holmes. That's her first, team's first. At the line for the Lady Potters, Abby Brooks, shooting 2.
Coach, Lincoln's guard struggling with Morton's size right now.
Well, Morton's also putting on token pressure with a little bit of trapping. Lincoln's guards are speeding up, and that speed is costing Lincoln to push the ball down the floor, rush their shots. So we haven't seen good execution on the half court.
Katie Brock, the senior, into the basketball game, and Morton just got a lot smaller. Abby Brooks going to sit down. Lincoln gets it into Holmes. Holmes trapped in the backcourt, left-handed dribble. She's going to get it across the timeline. Lily now trapped over here in front of the Morton bench, steps through the trap and threw the ball away. Again, Coach, right there, you think a bounce pass would have been more effective than trying to lob.
Anytime you're trapped, and that was a good trap, you've got to split the trap. So splitting it, and she had the post player, Mia Clark, coming to the ball side block, easily could have got a bounce pass to her.
Me Realty, whether buying or selling, trust the professionals at Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or go online to merealty.com. The Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, located at 304 North McLean Street and online at myfgec.org. Culver's of Lincoln, home of the Butterburger. Stop by before or after the game, located at 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. You've probably eaten a Butterburger or two, haven't you, on as much as you're on the road?
Try to stay away from the butter burgers most of the time, but it's hard to pass up.
Brock to Ellie, and they get the ball across the floor to Anna Runlow into the basketball game. Shot up and no good out of the corner. And ball fight for the rebound. Lincoln comes out of there with a nap. Took it away from Brock as Selke missed a 3 out of the corner. Schneider into the front court, and here comes the trap. Schneider in trouble. Gets it to Holmes, and now here comes the defense. Ball on the floor, and jump ball called, and the alternating possession goes to Morton. Into Runlow to Brock. Across to Ellie. Ellie, 3 out of the wing, no good. Rebound underneath, up and good by Abby Van Meenen. Schneider working against the Morton defense, now comes into the front court. Schneider dribbles in the lane, bad pass, ball on the floor. Knapp fights for it on the floor, comes out of there with it, layup time, good. McKinley Knapp fought for that, gets a 2-pointer, and Lincoln breaks the ice. It's now 9-2 Morton. 4:17 to go here in a quarter. Brock into the front court, right wing, Runlow, Ellie. They go inside Abby, back out front Brock. Brock thought about the 3, drives down the lane, kick out Selke. Selke, 3 out of the corner, rainbow 3, and it goes home. Holmes, ball batted away from her and stolen away. Brock on the floor. Ball batted away by Clark.
Fire alarm.
Well, that's a way to stop play, isn't it?
Well,
so the fire.
I haven't seen that one in a while.
No, fire alarm's gone off here, and You're down 12-2 and about to turn the ball over. Fire alarm.
But what we have this time right now, you see the contrast between an experienced team and a younger team. Morton is moving the ball via the pass, dribble penetration, getting downhill. That last time, Katie Brock split it, went downhill, skipped it out. They get a 3-pointer. Lincoln, this last time we come down, everything's off the dribble, right? So, there we talk in the pregame show, what would I do as a coach differently? You can't second guess a coach, but there's times where you've got to take a deep breath and say, hey, let's run some offense. Let's get a couple extra passes. Especially with a young team, that reminder is key.
I learned a lot from Coach Knight, but Coach Knight had up in the locker room a sign that said, movement plus patience equals baskets. And whether you have a shot clock or the game may have sped up, that's still true today, isn't it? I mean, movement plus patience. You've got to move yourself and you've got to move the basketball.
Well, I take it a step further with Nike Elite Youth Basketball in our Elite 100 camp for the top 100 underclassmen. We have 5-on-5 no dribble, because you've got to be able to teach kids how to move without the basketball, catch and face, fake a pass, make a pass, all the simple things that the Coach Knights, the Coach Woodens always taught.
And you know this from your coaching days, is that if you've got somebody out there that's just dribbling the basketball, over dribbling, somebody may have gotten themselves open, but you didn't get the ball to them, so now they're not open any longer.
Exactly, because too much stuff is off the dribble, and by the time they're open, you're still dribbling it.
Cena Adams, number 10 in the basketball game for the Rail Splitters. Ellie out front, goes in the corner. Laufenberg back out front. Selke. Run low. Brock. Laufenberg drives in the lane. Lincoln defense collapsed on her. Shot up, no good. Ball on the floor, batted out of bounds. It'll be Lincoln basketball as Schneider and Runlow were going for the basketball on the baseline. McLeod to inbound the basketball. Gets it into Adams. Adams going to clear everybody out and bring the ball up herself. Cece. The Doodlebug quickly up the floor, drives in the lane, tried to hand off to Mason McLeod in the corner. Morton size and length bothering Lincoln. They get it to Mia Clark out of the corner, short on the three, ball on the floor. Mia dives for it. Mia's got it, and alternating possession is going to go Lincoln's way. 2:51 to go here in the first quarter. Morton up 12-2. Lincoln has struggled to handle the basketball. Some ill-advised passes and some turnovers. Clark, Adams, in the corner, McLeod. Adams, kick out to Clark. Mia going to drive it in, layup, and got fouled. Foul's going to go against Paige Selke. I believe that is her first.
Paige Selke, that's her first, team second. 25, Mia Clark to the line for Lincoln, shooting 2.
Clark to the line. Coach, that was really the first possession we've seen Lincoln go into their offense and start running it and not be rattled by the Morton defense.
And Lincoln's doing a good job attacking off the dribble, but with a young team, you tend to stand and watch.
Second one, Clark is up and good. She nails both free throws, and it's 12-4, 2:37 to go. Brooks, the ball from Van Meenen. Abby Van Meenen. They go cross court, Laufenberg. Peyton Hayes, a sophomore, into the basketball game for Morton. And CC Adams going to get called for a foul out front. That's the first foul on Cena Adams, the second on Lincoln here in the first quarter. Laufenberg takes the inbounds pass out near the volleyball line. Gets it to Ellie. Shot out of the corner, up and short. Hayes gets it back on the rebound, gets it to Brooks. Brooks, Laufenberg. Out front, Ellie. The senior lefty drives down the lane. Ball batted away. Abby comes out with it. No good. Shot up. Rebound, Knapp. Knapp to Schneider. Schneider now in trouble. Lob past to Knapp and almost a travel out near the half-court line. Adams, right wing. She's going to slow everything down and make Lincoln set up the offense. So here we go. Lady Railers kicking the corner, McLeod. McLeod back out front, Adams. Adams dribbles in the lane, tried to kick out pass to Clark, and Morton's length again coming into play, batted out of bounds. It'll be Lincoln basketball. 1:35 to go here in the quarter. McLeod inbounds Clark, 3 out of the corner, up and no good, around and out. Ball batted away. Knapp went for it, saved in bounds. McLeod's got it, back out to Adams. Adams in the corner. Schneider, 3 on the way, no good. Rebound, battle for, and Ellie Van Meenen comes out of there with a nice box out by Morton. They go ahead. Abby under the basket, no good. Wild shot. Adams coming the other way. Adams quickly up the floor, dribbles into traffic, and they're going to call that out of bounds.
It's a little bit of contact there.
Yeah, I would say so. Cece a little bit out of control, went plowed into one of the Morton girls, knocked her down, and, well, just turnover. Brooks, backcourt Laufenberg, ball batted out of bounds by Mia Clark. Nice defense by the Lady Railers. 1:01 to go here in the first quarter. Ellie Van Meenen out front near the volleyball line, dribbles against Holmes. Left wing Laufenberg, out front Brooks, back to Ellie. They go to Hayes. Looking inside for Abby. Oh, nice pass underneath and a nice cut by Laufenberg. Got behind the Lincoln defense. And, Coach, that was a miss by somebody on the backside.
Miscommunication. Even whether it's man-to-man, matchup zones, you've got to communicate. Let that cutter go right behind.
Schneider, nice pass into Knapp. McKinley tried the hook shot, and Abby bats it out of bounds. They kick it out to Clark. Clark in a little bit of trouble, going to drive in the lane. Mia throws up a left-hander, no good. McKinley with the rebound, and she got fouled. Foul is on Abby Van Meenen, her first, the team's third, and McKinley Knapp, the 5'9" senior, going to go to the free throw line with 2. 18.9 on the clock. Big Mac up. Nope, back of the iron. Second one for the lone senior in the starting lineup. Up and good. Got the second one. Morton, nice passing up to 4. Broke the press pretty easy. Brooks right wing in front of the Lincoln bench. 14-5, the Morton lead. They go in the corner. Hayes faked the 3, now steps back, up and got it. Peyton Hayes with a long 3 at the gun. It is 17-5, the lead by Morton. We're going to send it back to the WLCN studio for a 1-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have quarter number 2. You're listening to Lady Railer Basketball on WLCN 96.3 FM.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butter Burger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln.
Jay Hart and Craig Harbaugh back here at the Potter Dome, where the Lady Potters hit a three basically at the gun and lead at 17-5 after one quarter. They got the basketball to start quarter number 2. Coach, that's nice when you can play that type of possession, get a bucket at the end of the quarter, and then you get the ball to start the second. Three on the way by Morton out of the corner, and Laufenberg hits a three and make it 20-5. Schneider quickly up the floor, going to take it all the way. Layup, no good. Rebound, Knapp up, no good. And the rebound goes to Ellie Van Meenen, and here comes Morton the other way. Laufenberg up and no good. Rebound, McKinley Knapp. Nice job getting back on defense. Big Mac and McLeod will hand it off to Schneider, and Grace will bring the ball up the floor. Left side, Holmes. Holmes going to drive it in. Lilly in the trees, tried to throw up a shot, blocked. And now she goes for the basketball, and she's going to get called for the foul. Coach, we see that all too often. Somebody makes a mistake, misses a shot, whatever. Then they go right for the ball and get called for a foul.
Out of frustration.
Yeah.
You know, you make a play like that, you miss it, you just got to get back on defense.
Brock, Brooks still in the backcourt. Adams tried to steal it away. They get it to Brock. Brock wide open, going to hang on to the basketball. In the corner, Selke. Selke, three out of the corner, high off the iron. Morton goes up, grabs the rebound. Ball batted away. Could have been a foul there. Laufenberg wanted the foul. Schneider going to bring the ball up the floor. Nice pass to Knapp. Looked ahead. Up. McKinley misses it. Gets it back. Out to Clark. Schneider. Schneider going to set up the Lincoln offense. Inside to Knapp. McKinley around, up and no good. Got blocked again by Van Meenen. And she is struggling against the bigger player inside. 20-5, the Morton lead. Again, the JV lost 51-12 earlier. Brock looking inside for Selke. Now they get it inside to her on the block. Nice move, spin shot, good. Paige Selke, the fine sophomore, knocks it home, and it's 22-5. Schneider quickly up the floor at the free throw line. Grace going to pull it back out. Schneider tries to drive in, body contact, lost the basketball, and McLeod on the floor with it. Alternating possession is going to go to Lincoln. Rebecca Bird's going to come into the basketball game for the Lady Rail Splitters. Abby Van Meenen and Julia Laufenberg going to sit down for Morton. As Anna Ruxlow comes back into the basketball game for the Potters. They get it into Mia Clark. Clark around the Knapp screen. Clark going to go in. Layup time. Rolls around and out. Wow. Burge went for the rebound. Didn't get it. Ellie Van Meenen, the senior, comes out with it. Ellie, three on the way. No good. Rebound Adams. CC runs over Van Meenen, and Van Meenen gets called for the block. Well, what'd you think?
Block.
Still moving.
Still moving. That's a tough call, but the offensive player had position. It's still a moving screen. It's still a moving defensive play, so good call by the official.
Mia Clark going to bring the ball up the floor, gets it across the timeline, goes inside, back out for Adams. CC around the Knapp screen. Top of the key, three, no good. Back of the iron. Ball batted away. Knapp comes up with it, lays it up and in. Count the bucket. Big Mac got it inside. Fouls on Katie Brock. Coach, Lincoln's got some decent looks at the basket, just haven't been able to get it to go down. That one went down for McKinley Knapp.
Well, McKinley's had 2 really good low post possessions. She just used the same move against a taller Morton player. You know, the first time she gets blocked, second time if she would have countered, she could have gotten a shot up.
Missed the free throw, back of the iron, battle for the basketball. We got a 30-second timeout on the floor. We'll tell you about more of our fine sponsors. Rao Incorporated, serving Lincoln and Logan County since 1953. Located at 1905 North Kickapoo Street in Lincoln. Phone 217-735-4444 or go online to RaoIncorporated.com. Chestnut Health Systems, offering a comprehensive scope of behavioral health and human services in Illinois and Missouri. Call 888-924-3786. State Farm Insurance Agent Brian Clark, located at 628 North Chicago in Lincoln. Call 217-732-6211 or visit sfinsurelincoln.com. Lady Railer basketball, they get in the corner. Clark, 3 on the way, looks good. No, back of the iron. Rebound, Burge had it in her hands, lost it, and Brock comes out of there with it. Hayes travel with the basketball, no call, gets it in the corner. Ruxlow, they tried to go inside to Ellie Van Meenen. McLeod comes out of there with it. Here comes Adams. Lincoln's got a few numbers up the floor. Adams tries, throws it up and in. CC Adams on the baseline, threw it up. And Coach, I didn't think there was any way that thing was going in. McLeod is going to get called for the foul out front on Ellie Van Meenen.
Yeah, that last play is one of those. As a coach, you say no, and when it goes in, you start clapping.
Yep. No, yes.
I like the aggressiveness of the guards.
22-9, the Morton lead. Ellie Van Meenen, nice 3 off the right wing, no good. Burge went for it. Selke knocked it out of bounds, knocked it off of Burge, and it's going to stay Morton basketball. You know, Coach, Lincoln's had, again, Clark with a good look out of the corner. She gets that 3 down, another bucket here or there. This is a different basketball game right now.
They've had 4 out of the last 5 possessions. They've executed and gotten a good shot, just hasn't dropped for them.
Ellie Van Meenen is going to pick up a foul 84 feet from the basket, and as a coach, I don't know that you really want that one, do you, at this point?
No, I think that's a little out of frustration. She's had couple good looks from her sweet spot from 3 and has missed it, so that was a frustration foul.
I think there's a little physical stuff going on out there, too. Adams gets across the timeline. Adams going to drive it in again, throws it up, and it rolls it home. CC Adams taking the game over. Hayes out front had the ball knocked away, and I think Adams is going to get nailed for the foul. Yep. Abby Van Meenen, Abby Brooks, Julia Laufenberg back in the basketball game for Morton. 22-11 is the score. We got 3:23 to go here in the half. Ellie throws it across to Laufenberg. They go inside Selke. Selke nearly threw it away to Laufenberg. Laufenberg able to hold on to it. Ellie, around the horn they go. They go inside. Abby, cross-court pass Laufenberg. Out front Ellie. They go inside again. Selke. Out front Brooks. Selke had the ball inside, knocked away by Clark. Laufenberg out front. Coach Morton's clearly looking for something this possession. I'm not sure what it is. They had the ball inside a couple of times. You thought maybe they might shoot it, and maybe that's what they were looking for was a foul. And I think Adams going to get called for her 3rd foul. No, Mason McLeod picks up the foul, her 2nd.
Waking substitution 3, Grace Schneider.
Snyder back in the basketball game for Lincoln. Adams takes a seat. Laufenberg Ellie three, top of the key, no good. Ball batted around underneath and traveling with the basketball underneath. A lot of hands reached in there. You thought maybe a foul might come out of that one.
I was expecting a foul on that one, but you gotta, Morton's attacking the zone with the pass. They're trying to go inside, especially that high post.
Paige Selke going to get called for the foul. Is that the one where's your coach is you're hollering, hey, give her a saddle?
There's a lot of that in today's game. Boys, girls.
Ball thrown away and a battle for it. And alternating possession. It's going to go to Morton. Lincoln down 22-11, 2:41 to go. And about the time you think Lincoln's going to get on a roll, they end up turning the ball over. Laufenberg in the backcourt gets it to Brooks. Brooks in the corner, Abby. They go inside Selke. Selke, 5-footer, good. And again, coach, attacking with the pass, maybe one or two dribbles, but the passing, attacking the zone.
You get the ball into the high post, it collapses the zone. You can either kick it out, you can get a high-low. You know, we've seen them hit the cutters.
Schneider tried to throw the ball over the top of the Morton defense into Burge, and it went into Morton's hands, but Morton couldn't hang on to it either, and out of bounds. It'll be Lincoln basketball. 24-11, 2:04 to go here in the half. We'll give you the scoring at halftime, and maybe we'll have a little conversation, get coach's observations of the first half, and maybe have him talk a little bit about what he has seen over at the Kevin Brown Tournament of Champions here in the past couple of days. Laufenberg. Abby, back to Laufenberg. Again, the Van Meenen sisters. Abby inside, number 24. They go in the corner, Brooks. Ellie Van Meenen outside, number 25. She can shoot it. They're going to Abby. She hooked Burge, but goes around and lays it up and in. 26-11, the Morton lead. Lincoln struggling to get the ball in bounds. They get into Schneider. And Morton brings the defense back across the half court. Schneider dribbles into traffic and is knocked down. Abby Brooks with the foul. That is her second. Gracie Schneider at the free throw line. Up and nope. A little bit short. 26-11, the Morton lead. Lily Holmes back in the basketball game for Lincoln. Rebecca Burge going to take a seat. Second one up and good. Got it. Grace Schneider with her first point of the basketball game. And with 1:22, Morton brings it up, breaks the press with nothing but passes. Laufenberg out front, Selke. They go in the corner. Ellie, three on the way, no good. Rebound, Clark chases it down. Schneider dribbles in, gets it to Holmes. Lily, nice fake, goes in the lane, shot up and no good. Rebound, ball on the floor. Ellie Van Meenen comes out with it. Van Meenen in the backcourt, still in the backcourt, gets it to Laufenberg. Laufenberg, Abby Van Meenen throws it to Hayes. They go inside, Selke up and good, and Schneider with the foul.
Again, Jay, Morton executing the pressure, the 1-2-2 is all done by passing.
Selke, freebie up, back of the iron, no good. Clark the board. Clark, Holmes, Schneider. Schneider across the timeline. Remind you the boys play at 7:45 tonight against Danville. Clark, long three, back of the iron, no good. McLeod chases it down, right wing, back to Schneider. Lincoln resets the offense. 27 seconds on the clock. Down 28-12. Schneider drives in. Clark again. Fake three, now step up and no good. Back of the iron. Rebound, Ellie Van Meenen. And here comes Morton with the last possession of the half. I assume they'll go for one. Laufenberg. They go inside Selke. Nobody there. Clark tried to get back on defense. Selke lays it up and in. And that's the half. Grace Snyder missed a three at the end of the half. At the end of the half, it is Morton 30 and Lincoln 12. Morton ahead, 30-12 at the half. We'll send it back to the WLCN studios for a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we will have the Grau Incorporated halftime show. You're listening to Lady Railer Basketball on 96.3 FM.
Thank you for watching WLCN's live video stream coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer basketball. WLCN's live video stream coverage is made possible by Me Realty. Whether buying or selling, trust the professionals at Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln. Go online to merealty.com. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, located at 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln, and online at myfgec.org. Culver's of Lincoln, home of the Butterburger. Stop by before or after the game, located at 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Grau Incorporated, serving Lincoln and Logan County since 1953. Located at 1905 North Kickapoo Street in Lincoln. Phone 217-735-4444 or go online to grauinc.com. Chestnut Health Systems, offering a comprehensive scope of behavioral health and human services in Illinois and Missouri. Call 888-924-3786. State Farm Insurance Agent Brian Clark, with offices at 628 North Chicago Street in Lincoln, or call 217-732-6211. Collision Concepts, located at 1005 Macon Street, just off Woodlawn Road west of Culver's. Call 217-735-2100 or find them online at collisionconceptsinc.com. Complete Lawn Care, offering year-round service for all your outdoor needs, including lawn care, gutter cleaning, and snow removal. For a free estimate or for more information, call 217-732-9734. Dara Entwistle, independent health insurance agent advocating for you, your family, and your company. Located at 101.5 South Kickapoo Street, Suite 6 in Lincoln. Call 217-651-8046. Heartland Bank and Trust Company. Heartland Bank and Trust Company gives you choices with personal or business checking accounts that fit you. Good people, great account choices. Heartland Bank and Trust. Member FDIC. Heartland Community College is Lincoln's community college. At Heartland, you'll get the personal attention and support you need to be a successful student. Discover Heartland.
Back here at the Potter Dome, where the Lady Potters have put up 30 in the first half against Lincoln's 12. Lincoln has had some good looks at the basket, haven't been able to get some shots down, and some uncostly turnovers have led to Morton baskets. Morton's done a pretty good job of breaking the press and working against the 1-2-2 defense, been able to hit some outside shots, and as a result, they lead 30-12 here at the half. Let's go ahead and try and give you the scoring. I've tried to keep it as best I can. Josh says that he can't do it and do color, so try doing it into play-by-play. And so let's go for Morton first. Paige Selke has got a 3 and 3 2-point buckets for 9. Ellie Van Meenen got 1 3 down. She's got 3. Abby Van Meenen has a couple of 2s. That's 2. Peyton Hayes with a 3. Julia Laufenberg with a 3. And if that adds up to 30, I'll stand on my head here. Lily Holmes for Lincoln has not scored. Grace Schneider with a free throw for 1. Mia Clark with 2 freebies for 2. McKinley Knapp has got 2 buckets and a freebie for 5. Cena Adams threw in 2 buckets on the run for 4. And foul trouble, Abby Brooks with 2 for Morton. Paige Selke with 2 for Morton. Cena Adams 2 for Lincoln. Mason McLeod 2 for Lincoln. Lily Holmes 2 for Lincoln. Coach, a couple observations here on the first half. What'd you think?
Once once Lincoln settled down, you open the game, they were forced in, they had some forced turnovers, unforced errors. Guards have done a good job breaking the pressure. They've executed, just not, they've had some wide open shots that they've missed. They've missed some cutters. They've forced some action. What you're going to see with a young team, the guards are trying to be aggressive, and I like the aggressiveness, but taking the ball into an area where the defense is already there, not coming to a 2-foot jump stop. We talk all the time. The game has evolved, and now everyone wants to shoot threes and not go. You've got post players going to the post. Have we seen an inside out? We've seen Morton go inside out. Can we get a high-low action? Can we get somebody coming to a 2-foot jump stop? And somebody show me that 12 to 16-foot mid-range jump shot. Taking it to the basket is great. That's what the game's evolved into. But there's a lot of boys and girls who will get scholarships and get to play at the next level if they show that they've got a great mid-range game.
You bring that up, and I'm a big advocate of that mid-range jumper because I think that makes you into a scorer rather than a shooter, because now you have another weapon in your arsenal. Nobody can, people can stop drives and people can get out and get on you at the three-point line, but if you can show the ability to get around somebody, stop and hit that 12 to 15 footer and do it consistently, you are a dangerous person on the offensive end.
I mean, you're dangerous, but you're also, you've got a complete arsenal. Now you go in there and it's the teaching of the 1-2 dribble. Oh, now the defense flies at it. Now I'm making a pass. So now you've got the guys that consistently get 14 points, 5 boards, 5 assists, complete game. And as we've seen boys, girls, evolving to the women's and the men's game in college, those type of numbers get you into the WNBA. They get you playing overseas. There's a lot to the game that some kids get focused on. Their trainer says, well, let's shoot threes.
You talk about Lincoln's got a young team, and they really have a team that doesn't have a great deal of varsity experience. Morton's got 5 girls out there that played a lot of varsity minutes last year. There is a difference. Morton's tall, they're long, but when you sit and look at it, this is a good early season test because Morton probably is going to be one of the ranked teams in 3A later in the year. And this is a good test, I think, if you're Coach Taylor Rohr of Lincoln, to kind of see exactly where you're at. And it's a teaching, it'll be a teaching tool.
It's going to be a huge teaching tool, but what I've been impressed with Lincoln is it's not like Lincoln's giving up a lot of second shots. They're not giving up a lot of offensive rebounds. The difference, and for folks listening or folks watching from home, Morton is passing the basketball. That ball is being passed 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. Heck, we had one possession. They were probably in the 20s with the passing. And they pick their spots, and when they attack what we call downhill. They're not attacking at angles, and I think the young guards for Lincoln, we've had a couple possessions, I believe it's Grace, where she's attacked, but then her angle changes, so she's not attacking to the basket and going downhill. You always want to attack 3 levels downhill and have vision. And with that vision, Jay, I'd like to see her pull up and shoot that little 10, 12-footer, because she's got the defense. You've got the defense on your heels. Let them go.
Real quick, let's talk a little bit about, I know it's the girls broadcast, but you've been over at the Kevin Brown Tournament of Champions. You've seen some fine players over there. Who are some of the guys, or what have you seen over there that maybe you'd like the listeners here in Central Illinois to point out and maybe they can watch for later in the year?
Well, the local teams, Metamora, obviously, with Funk transferring from El Paso, teaming up with Zobrist. Funk's play has stepped up in the 2 games so far that they've played. Zobrist going to Bradley is a great get for Bradley, but he's a quality player. The Morton squad. Morton's a dangerous team because they pass the basketball. They play. Wes, I think it's Gunderman is his last name. Wes is he plays inside out. He takes what the defense gives you. Washington, I like Washington. Washington's got 3 or 4 guys every night could step up and play. And the teams that they've brought from out of town, you've got Brandon McCoy, who's probably one of the top 2 players in the 2026 class, different level. It's a really, really good tournament. It's a tournament, you being from around here, this thing, what they've run, it's a great tournament.
Well, you heard it from the coach, a little insight for you, teams for you to watch as we head into the postseason. Right now, we've got 16 minutes of basketball left, and Coach, I think if you're Lincoln, you'd like to get this down to a 10-point or less deficit by the end of the 3rd quarter to give yourself a shot.
Well, it's the old adage, you just got to take this out and say the score's 0-0, we've got to win this quarter.
Lincoln the basketball to start the 3rd quarter. Holmes to Snyder. Again, Morton in a man-to-man. Snyder tried to pass it inside, travel with a basketball. She did, picked her pivot foot up as she tried to pass the basketball, and the turnover goes to Morton. Not the way you want to start the second half.
A little bit of confusion.
Laufenberg, backcourt Brooks. Brooks against Holmes. And a timeout by Bob Becker.
Good defense.
And you can see Corey Farmer, one of the assistant coaches there on the sidelines, really chatting up the defense. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. Again, we've got many fine sponsors signed on for this year. We want to thank every one of them. Complete Lawn Care, offering year-round service for all your outdoor needs, including lawn care, gutter cleaning, and snow removal. For a free estimate or more information, call 217-732-9734. I'll bet Complete Lawn Care was chomping at the bit seeing those snowflakes fall, figuring, hey, we're going to get some business early on here in the year. Dara Entwistle, your independent health insurance agent, advocating for you, your family, and your company. Located at 101.5 South Kickapoo Street in Lincoln, 217-651-8046. Morton passes the ball up again. Oh, nice fake by Ellie in the corner, and foul on McKinley Knapp going for the basketball. 7:27 to go here in the 3rd, and Big Mac with the foul. And that is her first. With all of the physical play that's gone on underneath, that is her first foul. Morton against the zone. Shot up off the left wing by Brooks is good. Abby Brooks nails the 3. And make it 33-12. Holmes against the defense. Ahead to Snyder. Snyder, right wing Clark. Back out front, Snyder. Snyder around the defense, looking inside for Knapp. Back out front, Holmes. Holmes around the screen from Knapp, tries to dribble in. There was Knapp for the cutter, threw the ball away. Here comes Morton the other way. Holmes bats it out of bounds. It'll stay Morton basketball. Coach, that's some of what we saw in the Central Catholic game that they played, that floater pass, trying to float that pass over the defense, and it doesn't work very often.
No, and to start the 3rd quarter with 2 empty possessions, it's tough to get yourself out of this hole.
Ellie out front, Brooks. Brooks kicked to Laufenberg. She thought about the 3, didn't take it. Laufenberg in the corner, Brooks. They had Selke inside, didn't get it to her. Brooks, cross-court pass Laufenberg. There's Ellie in the corner. Ellie Van Meenen, 3, no good. Rebound on the floor, and Morton comes out of there with it. Ellie Van Meenen thought about loading up again. Knapp went for Abby Van Meenen and the basketball and got more of Abby than the ball, and McKinley Knapp going to get called for her 2nd foul.
team's second.
That is the team's second already of the third quarter. Out front, Selke. Selke looks, goes inside Abby. Layup time, good. Got in the defense. Once you get the ball in the middle of the 1-2-2, that's danger time.
Danger time, and Morton's doing a really good job cutting, moving without the basketball, creating space.
Ellie Van Menen with the foul in the backcourt. Lincoln struggling to get the ball up the floor. McLeod looks, gets it into Holmes. Lily Holmes, left-handed dribble. Across the timeline to Mia Clark. Mia to Holmes. Around the Knapp screen, and McKinley Knapp's going to get called for foul number 3 on the screen.
Not quite sure about that one. That looked pretty darn good.
I thought so too, but
Bad angle by the official.
Knapp going to sit down with 3 fouls. And Rebecca Burge going to come into basketball game. Laufenberg backcourt. Cross court against the zone. Brooks in the front court. Brooks. Van Menen. Tipped away by Adams, but Laufenberg corrals it. Between the circles out at the half-court line. Laufenberg and Lincoln picking up their defense just a little bit here. Gambling a little bit. In the corner, Brooks. Brooks, cross-court Laufenberg. Out front, Ellie. Ellie into Abby. Abby pushed in the back, no call. Brooks out of the corner, 3, no good. Rebound, Abby picks it out of there. 5-foot turnaround up, no good. Burge taps it to Clark, and Mia Clark will come out of there with it. And threw the ball away. I don't know what it is, but the team in the green looks out of sync, and it just like something's not.
Just gonna say the same thing, Jay, because we're almost 4 minutes into the third quarter, and we've had too many empty possessions.
I mean, you've seen teams out there that you knew were clicking on all cylinders, but this one looks just out of sync right now, and I don't know what it is. Inside they go. Abby Van Menen, ball on the floor. And a jump ball called, and it'll stay Morton basketball with 4:32 to go here in the third. And Lincoln down 23 points, 35-12. In fact, Lincoln has yet to score here in the third quarter. They go inside Brooks, 5-footer up, no good. Battle for the rebound, and Rebecca Burge comes out of there with it. Adams will bring it up against the Morton defense. Adams now in trouble. She's in trouble. Double team, ball batted away, and a timeout taken by Lincoln. It'll be a full timeout. So we'll go ahead and send it back to the WLCN studios for 1 minute. When we come back, it'll be the rest of quarter number 4. You're listening to Lady Railer Basketball on WLCN 96.3 FM.
Full Gospel Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln.
Jay Hart and Craig Harbaugh back here at the Potter Dome. Mia Clark with a left side 3 up, no good. And it's still 35-12. As they go inside, Selke with a left-hander missed it. Burge the rebound. And she'll kick it out to Adams. Number 11, Georgia Farrell in the basketball game for Morton, a senior, as Mia Clark will assume ball handling duties out front. Left wing Holmes. Lilly around the screen from Burge, and Burge is going to get called for an illegal screen.
Offensive foul. Charged for 34, Rebecca Burge. That's her first. Team's 40.
Well, Coach, you can't give up possessions to a good basketball team. It just doesn't work out.
No, not when you're trying to, climb back in, take some minor steps to get back in this game.
Katie Brock with a three-pointer out front. That'll make the lead 38-12. Adams out front, dribbles around the screen. Cece doing a drive down the lane, throws it up, got hammered, and Paige Selke going to get called for the foul, and Cece Adams going to go to the free throw line with the deuce. That's 3 on Selke.
Sienna Adams at the line for Lincoln, shooting 2.
Up and nope, back of the iron, rolled out. Grace Snyder back in the basketball game for Rebecca Burge. McKinley Knapp sitting on the bench with 3 fouls. Cece eyes it at the free throw line. Second one up and good. Cece Adams with 5 on the evening, and the score 38-13. Ellie Van Meenen started to load it up, kicks it inside Selke. Nice position inside, lays it up and in. Paige Selke. (40-13), the Morton lead. Holmes drives in, kicks it to McLeod. McLeod to Clark. Mia tried to drive, looking for somebody out front. Adams. Adams drives in again to Clark. Goes inside to Holmes. Lilly backs it in, throws it up, partially blocked, no good. And a foul on somebody as Paige Selke goes to the floor. It is Grace Snyder with the foul.
Grace Snyder, that's her second, team's 5th.
Oh, and we are in the super bonus, I guess we're calling it now, huh?
I guess so.
4 fouls in a quarter, and you go shooting, and they will shoot 2. Paige Selke going to go to free throw line. 2:02 to go here in the third quarter. First one up and good. And if Morton got a running clock in the fourth quarter, I don't think it would hurt their feelings. I think they'd like to pay Lincoln back for that running clock in the sectional game last year. Second game, Selke up. Second one up and good by Selke. Under 2 minutes to go here in the third. Holmes drives down, left-handed up, no good. Wild shot, ball on the floor. Selke comes out of there with it. Here comes Selke quickly up the floor. Throws it in the corner, Van Meenen. Ellie traveled with a basketball, and there's the call.
Big possession for Lincoln here. Need to come down and get a good shot.
Schneider kicked to Holmes. Lilly threw at floater pass again that the defense could get to, and they knocked it out of bounds. They get it into Clark on the inbounds play. Clark goes inside Holmes. Tried the pass, and coming over the top was 21 Peyton Hayes. Holmes the basketball out the three-point line. Out front Schneider. Snyder, stutter step dribble, goes down the lane, throws up a left-hander, got it to go. Grace Snyder gets it to go against a much bigger opponent and make it 42-15. Brock tried to throw it in the corner. Mesa McLeod intercepts. Good hands by Mesa. Schneider quickly up the floor. Out front, Adams. Adams drives in, kicks it to McLeod. 3 on the way, right wing, up and good! Bang, a collision concepts 3 from Mesa McLeod. And that makes it 42-18. Selke in the corner, Ellie Van Meenen, shot good. Wow. Holmes, stutter step in the lane, kick out Adams. .20 seconds on the clock. Adams kick in the corner, Holmes, and pass couldn't handle it. Out of bounds. It'll be Morton basketball with 15.6 on the clock. Brock in the backcourt against the Lincoln defense. Cross-court Farrell, and they throw it away. McLeod comes out of there with it. She nearly threw it away. McLeod, a 60-footer, short. And at the end of 3 quarters, it is Morton 45 and Lincoln 18. We will send it back to the WLCN studios for a 1-minute timeout. You're listening to Lady Railer Basketball on WLCN 96.3 FM.
Are you sick and tired of the telephone calls, text messages, and ads in the mail for Medicare open enrollment? Medicare open enrollment begins October 15th and ends December 7th. Changes made during this time will go into effect January 1, 2025. Feel free to call me, local Medicare agent Dara Entwistle, and set an appointment to go over 2025 changes and plans. My office is in downtown Lincoln, or I can meet with you at your home if you like. Again, call me, Dara Entwistle, your local Medicare agent and your friend in health insurance, 217-651-8046.
Lincoln the basketball to start the 4th quarter. Schneider out front. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Lincoln the turnover. Mia Clark left wing 3, good. Mia Clark gets a left wing 3, make it 45-21. Had a turnover on the previous possession, then Morton turned it over, and Lincoln came down and was able to capitalize. Out front, Laufenberg, Brooks, right wing. They go inside. Abby Van Meenen dribbled it off of her foot. Out of bounds. It'll be Lincoln basketball. Holmes, free throw line. Holmes goes inside Knapp. Knapp out front, McLeod. Mesa drives baseline, goes back into Knapp, and the ball nearly thrown away. Schneider, lob pass into Knapp. That was ill-advised as Abby Van Meenen went up and got it. Here comes Laufenberg the other way. She's going to pull it out. Pass out front, Ruxlow in the corner. Brooks, 3 on the way. Looks good. Nope, shot it over the bucket. Rebound out of there by number 20, Gabriella Hutchinson. And the ball goes out of bounds, and it will go Lincoln basketball. Emma Hutchinson in the basketball game for Lincoln. In the Holmes. Lily in the backcourt, nearly traveled with the basketball. 6:24 to go in the basketball game. Morton up 24, 45-21. Holmes drives in. Holmes, 10-footer, blocked. Gets her own miss up and no good. Battle for the rebound. Clark almost had it, lost it, and here comes Morton the other way. Morton girl fought, bodies all over the place. No whistles yet. Laufenberg going to drive in, lays it up and good. Well, if you're going to have a broken play, might as well end up in a bucket, I guess.
It's the best broken play.
Yep. Adams quickly up the floor. Adams tried a three over the taller player, and it was blocked out of the air, and Cece came down and just whacked her to stop the layup, and probably a little bit of frustration at the same time.
Lincoln foul, 10 Sienna Adams. That's her fourth, team second.
Fourth foul on Sienna Adams. Team's first of the fourth quarter. 5:41 to go here in quarter number 4. Lincoln down 47-21. Abby Van Meenen going to go to free throw line. Up and got it. Hard to believe she's only a sophomore. She's got size. She's going to be on somebody's watch list, it looks like, Craig.
She's got size. She's got some toughness to her. She plays extremely hard. She's definitely going to get looked at.
Second one up and good. Sweet. Nothing but the bottom of the net. And she's going to come out of the game and into the basketball game. Penelope Drake, a freshman. Adams, the basketball in the backcourt. Lincoln down 28 points, 49-21. Getting close to that running clock. In the corner, Hutchinson. Hutchinson travel with the basketball. Emma Hutchinson, the sophomore. Ruxlow in the backcourt, gets it to Brooks. Brooks in trouble, throws it across the timeline to Ruxlow. Laufenberg, out front Brooks. Ruxlow. Drake, out front Laufenberg, around the horn they go. And Gabriella Hutchinson missed the shot and napped with the rebound. Here comes Lincoln the other way. Adams around the ball screen from Knapp. Drives in the lane, kick out to Hutchinson. Hutchinson, the ball faked, almost traveled again, and then threw the ball away. Up and no good. Rebound, Laufenberg, and Knapp battle for it. Jump ball, and it goes Morton's way. Greg Gilbert also in the basketball game for Lincoln as Taylor Rohrer goes to her bench. Shot up and no good. It went around and out for Georgia Farrell. And that could have been the running clock right there. So Lincoln dodges that bullet. Adams looking inside for Knapp. Throws the lob pass over, up and good. McKinley Knapp got it. Knapp with 7 on the evening by my count. They go in the corner. Gabriella Hutchinson. Out front Ruxlow. Brock. In the corner Ruxlow. 3 on the way. Good. 52-23, the Morton lead. Anna Ruxlow, the senior, drains a 3. Adams goes inside again to Knapp. McKinley, and I think it's going to be a foul on the floor.
2 straight times, Jay executed, went inside out.
Claire Ceresa in the basketball game for Morton. Lincoln to inbounds, looking inside, looking. Lob pass to Knapp. McKinley went up and got it. Gets it to Hutchison. Adams. Adams around the screen. Cece kicking the corner. Hutchinson. Emma. Knapp. Adams. They tried to go inside to Burge and threw the ball over her head, and here comes Morton the other way. Farrell. Out front Brock. Brock, Ruxlow. Ruxlow, Farrell. Inside they go to Drake. Ruxlow. Brock. Brock going to drive baseline. They go inside to number 3. That is Ceresa. Shot up, no good. Rebound, Ruxlow's got it. Morton gets another shot. 2:47 to go here in the basketball game. They go in the corner, two, and it is good. A shot out of the corner by Penelope Drake is a three. And the clock won't stop from here. It's 55-23, a 32-point lead for Morton. Adams drives in the lane, a wild left-handed shot. She goes down, and here comes Morton the other day. Ruxlow ahead of the pack. Layup time coming. Up and good. Ruxlow knocks it home. 57-23, 2:15 to go in a basketball game. Again, we remind you the boys play at 7:45 at Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium against Danville. And depending on the outcome of that game and the games previously, will set their time for tomorrow night. Coach, interesting fact about the Lincoln-Eaton Thanksgiving tournament. Two teams in that tournament playing for a state title in football in Belleville, Althoff, and Mount Zion.
That's outstanding. Two good football teams. Althoff's got the Hill, I believe he's a wide receiver, and then J.C. Anderson from Mount Zion.
And Althoff won big earlier today. Yeah, big. Ball on the floor, turnover by Morton. Adams, oh, nearly traveled the basketball.
Growing up in Southern Illinois, I grew up during the Glenn Schott era of Althoff football.
Yeah, found out Wednesday that the Trimble kid is not playing basketball. He's recruited as a wide receiver at Illinois, and apparently he's going to enroll at Illinois at mid-year. He's going to graduate mid-year and enroll at Illinois.
Jay, there's a lot of that going on, and especially in football. If a kid can do that and get into the training program, get into the nutrition program, it's just going to help their development as a player.
Adams inbounds snap, ball batted away on the floor. Here comes Morton the other day. Ruxlow ahead of the pack again. Layup, no good. Rebound underneath, no good. Shot up, no good. Kick out, Brock, three on the way, good. Katie Brock nailed a three from the top of the key, and Morton up 60-23. Adams in the corner, Gilbert. Knapp thought about throwing it into Burge. Gets it to Emma Hutchinson. In the corner, Adams. Cena. In the corner, Gray Gilbert out of the corner. Hey, wow, Gray Gilbert. And that will end the ball game as Morton wins it 60-25 over the Lincoln Lady Rail Splitters. We're going to send it back to the WLCN studios for a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we will have the Grau Incorporated postgame show and an interview with Coach Taylor Rohrer. You're listening to Lady Railer Basketball on WLCN 96.3 FM.
Hello, Lincoln and Logan County. This is Chris Grau from Grau Chevrolet Buick in Lincoln. When it comes time to choose someone to repair your car, truck, or SUV, don't you think you'd feel more comfortable working with the local people you know and trust? Our team in service, parts, and detail have the tools, training, and knowledge that will get your repairs done quickly with less downtime and at the right price. Call the local pros at 217-735-4444 at Grau Chevrolet Buick on North Kickapoo Street in Lincoln.
Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
pretty decent crowd here for girls basketball game on a Friday, 5 o'clock, with Black Friday going on and the Kevin Brown Tournament of Champions. You got Lincoln's Thanksgiving tournament going on. You've got Thanksgiving tournaments going on all over the place, and a pretty decent crowd. Happy Morton crowd is going to file out of here because they put a running clock on Lincoln's Lady Railers, kind of a payback from the sectional final of last year. The final score was Morton 60, Lincoln 25, and Coach, Lincoln had plenty of opportunities to kind of get back into the basketball game in the second half, but turnovers and some just some not good play, and they just kept digging a bigger hole, a bigger hole, bigger hole.
Well, like we talked about before, Jay, if you've got a young team, you can't have empty possessions, and there's too many empty possessions to start the second half. You start the second half with a young team, you say, hey, the score is 0-0. Let's win the quarter, and try to have a building block. Too many empty possessions dug them a bigger hole that you couldn't get it back out of.
And you can't, Coach, you know this, you can't give away possessions against a good basketball team, because Morton did so. They'll capitalize on it, and they will make you pay for coughing up the basketball.
Well, they will. And you think about, if you go through the tape of this game and you look at it, there wasn't a lot of second shot opportunities for Morton. The thing with Morton in their experience was they would go inside out. They skipped past. They passed the basketball. When they attacked straight line driving, and they attacked the gaps of the zone. But they also, with passing the basketball, if you go top side, you're going to get the defense. And they had, a couple possessions where they slipped people back behind it. We saw, baskets, right at the basket where they were hitting cutters.
Lincoln lost a tough game to a good Bloomington Central Catholic girls team, although they had a chance toward the end of tying the basketball game late in the fourth quarter and sending it into overtime. But this one's going to be a tough one because you really took it on the chin here tonight. Now you've got to come back, and let me see, I got to look at the schedule, because they come back and play Tuesday night over at Decatur MacArthur. They've got 3 games next week, Downstripe, so you don't have a whole lot of practice time to start correcting things in practice. I guess you're going to have to correct it in games, I guess.
But you've got to use your practice time efficiently, and you're not going to be able to fix everything overnight. So what can we control? Can we control getting better offensive possessions? To me, that's my starting point. Just in this game here, it's just becoming more efficient offensively. You're going to have games where you're not going to make those baskets, but if you're charting it and they're all good shots, then that's a win. And that's what this team has to look for wins, little wins as the season progresses. Are we getting better?
Last year's team, and again, this is not last year's team, and I think that is something that we all know. Last year's teams had a little bit different makeup. They were a little bigger, with Froby and Heitzig playing guard. I mean, you had a little bigger guards. They did not have a true post player, so they were playing essentially 5 guards on the floor at a time, and they had Froby was a reliable three-point shooter. Jenna Bowman was a good three-point shooter. Terrence Stolzenberg was a pretty good spot three-point shooter. And then you had Becca Heitzig, who had that mid-range game we've talked about. That was her specialty. She'd drive in, stop and pop 10 to 15 feet. That's a different makeup than what this team has, because McKinley Knapp is a true low-post player. She's going to have to get position and have somebody get her the basketball. But there is an opportunity, as you pointed out, to do that inside-out game. If you can establish something down in the post and get her going, defenses will start to collapse on her and open up your outside game.
But to your point, Jay, the second half, there was 2 straight possessions where, McKinley Knapp's shown she can move without the basketball. She reads the defense. She sealed twice. One wasn't over to the lob over the top. The other one, she came on the inside. In the first half, down right in front of us, they executed. She just used the same move twice, and I believe it's Abby. You know, Abby was blocking and swatting everything like she was playing volleyball out there. But you have to, as a player, you have to adjust and know that. So what's my counter move? So a few little things there, but to your point, you've got to get the ball into the low block and get to the strengths of each player.
You know, when I played basketball, I'll give you the first block. In fact, I'll tell you what, I almost want you to have the first block because you're going to get greedy and go after it again. That means that next time I'm going to use a ball fake and get you off of your feet.
Well, it's even taught in today's game at any level. It's being able to read the defense. So whether I'm in the low post, whether I'm off the ball and I'm reading the screen coming off, or if I'm reading the ball screen, I've got to be able to read and react. It's just simple basketball. Read and react, and it kind of take what the defense gives you.
There were times, especially in the second half, there were times that the Lincoln girls looked almost confused on offense, like they didn't know what they were supposed to do or where they were supposed to be. And I still haven't quite got it figured out, but they looked a little confused out there.
But you're going from a team, and last year, great team. That was an experienced team. I'm sure if they had a run of 3 bad possessions, they had a player that would step up and grab the team, huddle them real quick, and kind of, you know, say some things that may have hurt somebody's feelings. But that team had that. You had, you know, just look at the start of the second half. We had 4 or 5 bad possessions. And they've got to get somebody who's going to step up. It doesn't have to be your point guard. You know, if your big steps up and they know what's going on, they can step everyone together and say, "Hey, come on, let's get this thing going."
And you know this, leadership cannot always come from the coach on the sidelines. You've got to have somebody, or even a group of people on the floor that are your team leaders that will get your kids together and say, "Hey, we can't do. You know, we got to do this. We got to do this. We can't be doing this. We can't be doing that."
And it doesn't have to be your best player. It doesn't have to be your best scorer. It could be, you know, in high school. It's a great thing, high school basketball. You know, you may have a 3-year starter who averages 2-3 points a game, but is your lockdown defender, but they know all the offense. And they, you know, we talk about basketball IQ. You know, everybody likes to say, well, what's basketball IQ? Well, basketball IQ is knowing how to play the game, knowing how to read it, but also knowing how to be a leader on the court. Because, you know, you miss a couple point-blank shots and you see a teammate's head, you know, sink and their shoulders shrug. You've got to get up into them and say, hey, it's okay. We're getting good looks. We're fine. We're fine. We got to keep fighting.
Let's go ahead and give you the scoring as I have it. Again, I tried to keep track of it. First for Morton, Katie Brock had 2 threes for 6. Julia Laufenberg with a 3 and a deuce for 5. Penelope Drake, the freshman, with a 3-pointer for 3. Abby Brooks, a sophomore, a 3-pointer for 3. Peyton Hayes, another sophomore, a 3-pointer for 3. Annie Ruxlow, senior, had a 3 and a deuce for 5. Abby Van Meenen, the sophomore, had 2 buckets, 2 free throws for 6. That's what I had. Ellie Van Meenen, the senior, had 2 threes for 6. And Paige Selke, their fine sophomore, ended up with the leading scorer for Morton, 13 points on the evening. And again, if you tell me it doesn't add up to 60, I'll believe you. Grace Snyder for Lincoln had 3 points on a bucket and a free throw. Mason McLeod had 1 3 for 3 points. Mia Clark had 5. She had a 3-pointer and 2 free throws. McKinley Knapp with 7 with 3 buckets and a free throw. And Cena Adams had 2 buckets, a free throw for 5. Gray Gilbert got a 3 out of the corner late in the basketball game for her 3 points. So that, again, Lincoln loses 60-25 here at the home of the Lady Potters, and there will be a rematch with this basketball team in early January. So we are waiting for Coach Rohrer to come up for the post-game show, and I see her heading across the floor now. So we'll just keep it right here and try and get a couple of words with Coach Rohrer. As she makes her way across the floor. and heads up Mount Everest here at Morton. And there she is, joining us on the post-game show. Can you hear me okay, Coach? I would like to, you're not familiar with our color person tonight, but I got one of the big hitters tonight. This is my friend Craig Harbaugh. Craig is a former men's basketball coach at Truman State, coached at St. Louis U with Charlie Spoonhour, and does some scouting for a number of different services and colleges. So he did our color tonight and had some observations. So first of all, not the result I know that you wanted here tonight against Morton. He made one observation. Your kids did not give up, and you didn't give them a lot of second chances at the bucket. Your kids fought for rebounds tonight. It really seemed like you struggled mostly on the offensive end as opposed to the defensive end. Although there were struggles, I know, on the defensive end as well. But
yeah, I mean, I think that we rebounded the ball well. Defense is something that we have been working on a lot in practice. Just our rotations and kind of where we should be. We kind of really broke down our defense over the last 5-6 days. So I did feel that it was better. We'd have 4, 5, 6 possessions where it was really great, and then we'd have a sleeper. So I just think that, we got to put it all together. You have to play you got to play every possession hard. There are no breaks in basketball unless you're sitting on the bench. So offensively, we knew they were going to double team us. We worked on it for 5 days. Still struggled with that. I think the kids did better than they did against Bloomington Central Catholic, handling that double team. But we still have to be able to pass our way out. We have to see that trap coming, and they're not right now. You talked about
it after the Central Catholic game, that this team is still learning the regular offenses and defenses that you run, because they were the scout team essentially last year playing against the varsity. Are you still get a sense that they're still learning, and maybe because there were a couple of times during the second half they came down and looked a little confused about where they were supposed to be and maybe what they were supposed to run?
Right, and yes, I agree with you. I'm sure that, learning all the sets and those things, that takes time. So they did run a couple of them wrong. That happens. But I especially, this past week, we focused a lot on, the little things. For instance, against Bloomington Central Catholic, our cutting was not good. So we spent 2 practices working on how do you cut to a basketball? How do you get open? So we spent a lot of more time breaking things down rather than going over our offenses. So, the fact that they came down and maybe weren't in the right spots, I'm not concerned about that. Those are easy fixes. I think that the stuff that needs to be fixed is, we still have to be better cutters. We have to be better screeners. We have to be better at waiting for the screen to come. Things like that go into an offense. So those are where we're at in practice with our improvement.
Well, not the result I know that you wanted. I'm sure Morton walked out of here very happy, but I did not realize it either, that they had destroyed Peoria Central by an 83-9 score. So apparently they're looking to pay a lot of people. That's a good Morton basketball team. Their length bothered you early on. It looked like, especially the first few possessions of the basketball game against your guards, their length really bothered your team.
Yeah, Morton's, they're always good. They're always in the hunt. They're always good. They're well coached, and they've got great feeder program, and they graduated a great class. They bring another one in. So, we knew it would be a battle, and we talked about it. But the kids, they got to come out and play. We don't get to step on the floor for them.
I thought Big Mac did a good job of playing. She played really hard tonight. Got in there, fought for rebounds, had a couple of shots swatted away by Abby Van Meenen when she tried to tried a couple of hook shots there inside. Thought maybe the second time, maybe a little ball fake might have worked to get her up in the air, but thought she gave you some good minutes. Cece Adams gave you some really good minutes, I thought, tonight, not only handling the basketball, but getting a couple of drives and getting in there and getting the ball up in the air.
Yeah, they both played really well. I think Mia played really well, too. Her shot didn't fall, but she did a lot of little things that maybe went unnoticed. So, but it can't just be one kid or two kids or three kids. It has to be all of them. They all have to decide that they're going to come out and play every day, and we haven't hit that point yet. Last game, you had one or two kids that played really hard. Today, you had one or two kids that played really hard. When are all 9 of them going to show up and say, for the time that I'm on the floor, I'm playing hard?
Well, they're not going to have much time to make a decision because you got a Tuesday night game over at Decatur MacArthur. Then you got a Wednesday night game, and you got a Friday night game as well. So 3 games next week. You're not going to get a whole lot of practice time to make, for those kids to make a decision. It's going to come game time, and they're going to have to do it in the game.
Yeah. And that's the thing. These kids they're capable, 100%. Growing pains. I knew we would have them this year. We're going through them right now, and I don't know. Maybe we got to find the right combination. I don't know. We're going to keep searching for answers.
Well, it's all you can do at this point as a coach is keep searching for answers, keep teaching, keep coaching, and the kids are just going to have to learn. And again, as you said, somebody's going to have to step up and say, or they're all going to have to step up and say, hey, we're going to play well tonight. We're going to lose this basketball game.
Right. And, that's the thing. Like, win, lose, I don't care. But what I do care about is playing hard and doing the things that we practice and doing the things that we've worked on, and it just comes down to playing hard. Like, I'll take a loss. If I feel that everybody that stepped on the floor played their very best, I'm all right with losing. Because that to me is a win. You played as hard as you could. Nobody can ask for anything more than that. I don't think we've hit that point yet.
Well, we hope that point will come. We think that point will come. These girls, they didn't go 40-1 at the JV level by accident, obviously. I mean, they're, so they know how to win basketball games. It's just a different level of winning here at the varsity level. And they faced 2 pretty good basketball teams to start the season. You knew they were going to have ups and downs. And probably 2 teams that I would say are showing you kind of, I don't want to say the Achilles heel of your basketball team. It's the fact that you played 2 teams in a row that are long and tall, and you don't have the size that these other teams do. And you got, let's face it, Grace is 5'3", Cena's 5'4". Your guards are smaller and going to have to learn to recognize when the traps are coming and how to deal with the traps.
Yeah, for sure. We're small. We need to learn how to see the trap coming rather than dribbling into the trap, and those are things that we spent all week working on, and we're probably going to continue to work on, every day. So that's about all we can do is keep getting better in our own gym, and hopefully by February it all comes together.
How tough is that for you to duplicate in practice when you don't have anybody on the JV level that's really that tall or that long? How hard is that for you to kind of duplicate that in practice?
It is difficult, but I think that the important thing is like, okay, let's see the trap coming, rather than trying to figure out a way to pass over it. You see the trap coming, hey, reverse it, back up out of it, pass the ball backwards and swing it to the other side. So yeah, you can't duplicate size, but you can duplicate that trap coming and where the rotation will happen, and they'll pass an over the top pass, and we'll say that won't be there. Like that one, that's a steal. So you can't do that.
Well, on a side note, did you have a good Thanksgiving?
Yeah, it was good.
A bunch of people at your house?
Oh, not at my house.
You went to somebody else's house?
Oh, yeah.
Good idea. Let them clean up the mess. Taylor Rohrer joins us on the postgame show. Thanks for coming up and joining us on the postgame show. We'll see you Tuesday night over at Decatur MacArthur.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Coach. Well, that's going to wrap it up. Coach, you got anything you want to add here?
I appreciate it, Jay. This was fun. Like I said, it's the difference in the girls' game, more the execution, I like some of the things Lincoln, that's right there. It's just the youth and the inexperience, and it's just, again, as you build the season, I've been in her shoes, rebuilding a junior college program where nothing went right. But you can't give any false sense of that you've given up. You're going to continue to work. You've got to adapt. You've got to change some things and try to focus on the little victories, because I had to take a team to Burlington, Iowa, to southeastern Iowa, and we almost knocked off Joe O'Brien and his team by running, even with a shot clock, we put in the old Dean Smith 4 corners, right? But we had guys who were good at reading and guys who were good in teaching guys how to move without the ball. So basically, Bill Self does it at Kansas. We calls it five open, where it's just cutting. And sometimes some of the simplest things to try to get your players to go to the basket. In her situation with McKinley, finding isolations, and even to her point, Mia Clark, I thought, had some really good moments. And is there something high-low you can do with them? Open up. You get a high-low situation, you score. The next time you can take it weak side and take it one-on-one and go to the basket and have an open look to the basket. So there's a lot of good things there. I still think defensively, talking. Coach talked about communication. It doesn't matter, man or zone, you have to communicate. There were some times, they did not communicate, right? But it's all things that you can build on and get better at, and because right now the focus, high school basketball, it's about the end of the year, getting ready. We've all seen it. You and I have seen thousands of games where teams, the 7 seed is playing in the championship game of a regional. So teams are going to get better. So it's just getting that focus, getting them focused. A lot of clapping, but I've been in her spot. I felt her pain, but I think there's a lot of positives there. It's just going to be this is a year as a coach. It's going to challenge you as a coach to get better and to keep yourself motivated, keep your team motivated, keep your staff motivated, keep your fans motivated, because these kids need fans in the stands. They need everybody cheering. They need that support.
You've got a team that came off of 40-1 over the last 2 years at the junior varsity level and have taken it on the chin to start their varsity careers here in the opening 2 games against 2 pretty good basketball teams. I would think that if they can just get over the hump and get that first victory and play well during a basketball game, that may give them enough confidence going into the next game to say, hey, this is what we need to do to win at this level. Again, there is a team that is used to winning, and Craig, you know this. Winning begets winning. You want kids that come from a winning program into your program. It makes it a lot easier because they know how to win.
And it's, you get that first win, you get that taste of victory. Now you go up against Morton the second time, and maybe it's coming down to a last shot. And that, to me, win or lose, that's a win. And that's what Coach has to play for, is find those wins in each game and build off those wins. And the next thing you know, they run 5, 6, 7, 8 straight off and beat a couple teams that they shouldn't beat, because teams that are winning always have that hiccup. We see it in college. We just saw UConn lose 3 in a row in Hawaii, and everybody thought how great that was. Watched a heck of a game. UCLA women knocked off, to credit of Dawn Staley taking her team to the West Coast and playing, but that's still a big victory. In South Carolina, the test is, do they run another 43 off in another championship? Who knows?
I think we both seen it. I've watched over the years. I watched Coach Knight's teams take it on the chin early in the year, and the next thing you know, they're winning a Big Ten championship because something they went in, something changed. They made some type of adjustment, and got a couple of wins under their belt. Saw what they needed to do for success, and once you kind of see that and you get that taste, and you know what you need to do for success, it kind of breeds itself going on down the line. Sure, they're going to face some good teams this year. They may take it on the chin a couple more times before the end of the year, but I think you're right. By the time that January rematch rolls around, if they tighten it up and that comes down to a last second or it's a much tighter game, even if there's no victory there, that's still going to be a lot of progress from where they are now.
Well, and take it to, we got the high school football championships. If you look at the brackets, a couple of those brackets, the 18 seed and the 24 seed were playing in a quarterfinal game. Who would have thought? 6 and 4 teams playing for a berth to the Final Fours and possibly playing in the state championship game. Anything can happen. So this is going to test this, varsity inexperienced team. It's going to test that and see how well they grow. I'm going to look forward to seeing and hearing your reports on where they're at come January 1 after the holiday tournaments and such.
That's going to wrap it up here from the Potter Dome, where Lincoln takes it a loss 60-25 to the Lady Potters. For my broadcast partner, I want to thank him, Coach Craig Harbaugh, for coming in here tonight. For Connor Shaw running the camera, for station manager Jim Ash, for Claudette running the board back at the WLCN studios. We're going to send it back to the WLCN studios for just a while, and coming up at 7:45 pregame, probably around 7:15, will be Kirby and Comnick and Kirby bringing you the Lincoln boys action from the Eaton Electrical Tournament against Danville. Good night, and thanks for listening.
Are you sick and tired of the telephone calls, text messages, and ads in the mail for Medicare Open Enrollment? Medicare Open Enrollment begins October 15th and ends December 7th. Changes made during this time will go into effect January 1, 2025. Feel free to call me, local Medicare agent Dara Entwistle, and set an appointment to go over 2025 changes and plans. My office is in downtown Lincoln, or I can meet with you at your home if you like. Again, call me, Dara Entwistle, your local Medicare agent and your friend in health insurance, 217-651-8046.
Full Gospel Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln. Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln.
Hello, Lincoln and Logan County. This is Chris Grau from Grau Chevrolet Buick in Lincoln. When it comes time to choose someone to repair your car, truck, or SUV, don't you think you'd feel more comfortable working with the local people you know and trust? Our team in service, parts, and detail have the tools, training, and knowledge that will get your repairs done quickly, with less downtime, and at the right price. Call the local pros at 217-735-4444 at Grau Chevrolet Buick on North Kickapoo Street in Lincoln.
Hi, Joe Ryan here with Country Financial. As pensions go by the wayside and your retirement approaches, have you thought about what your retirement income will look like? No, I'm not talking about how much money you have saved. I am talking about a retirement income. a guaranteed paycheck for life. That's right, a paycheck issued to you every month for the rest of your life. Sound interesting? Let's talk. 735-4385.
Thank you for watching WLCN's live video stream coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer basketball. WLCN's live video stream coverage is made possible by Me Realty. Whether buying or selling, trust the professionals at Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln. Go online to merealty.com. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, located at 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln, and online at myfgec.org. Culver's of Lincoln, home of the Butterburger. Stop by before or after the game, located at 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Grau Incorporated, serving Lincoln and Logan County since 1953. Located at 1905 North Kickapoo Street in Lincoln. Phone 217-735-4444 or go online to grauinc.com. Chestnut Health Systems, offering a comprehensive scope of behavioral health and human services in Illinois and Missouri. Call 888-924-3786. State Farm Insurance Agent Brian Clark, with offices at 628 North Chicago Street in Lincoln, or call 217-732-6211. Collision Concepts, located at 1005 Macon Street, just off Woodlawn Road west of Culver's. Call 217-735-2100 or find them online at collisionconceptsinc.com. Complete Lawn Care, offering year-round service for all your outdoor needs, including lawn care, gutter cleaning, and snow removal. For a free estimate or for more information, call 217-732-9734. Dara Entwistle, independent health insurance agent advocating for you, your family, and your company. Located at 101.5 South Kickapoo Street, Suite 6 in Lincoln. Call 217-651-8046. Heartland Bank and Trust Company. Heartland Bank and Trust Company gives you choices with personal or business checking accounts that fit you. Good people, great account choices. Heartland Bank and Trust. Member FDIC. Heartland Community College is Lincoln's community college. At Heartland, you'll get the personal attention and support you need to be a successful student. Discover Heartland, discover your future. Visit heartland.edu/Lincoln. Emo's Cafe, your family restaurant serving home-cooked meals for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Located at 616 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Phone 217-605-0171. Emo's Cafe, Lincoln's family restaurant. The Johnson family, in honor of Keith Johnson, a proud supporter of Lincoln Lady Railer basketball for over 50 years. LCHS Lady Railer basketball alumni. Lincoln Lady Railer basketball, a proud tradition of Lincoln Community High School athletics. Once a Railer, always a Railer. Lincoln Heating and Cooling, located at 1716 Tremont Street in Lincoln. Phone 217-735-5835. The LMH Community Health Collaborative, improving the health of the people and the communities it serves. Chase Lowry Edward Jones Financial, your Lincoln Edward Jones financial advisor. Located at 407 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, learn how Chase can help you reach your financial goals. Visit edwardjones.com or stop by the office. Member SIPC. Joe Ryan Country Financial, located at 509 Pulaski Street in downtown Lincoln. Call 217-735-4385. Schneider Masonry, family owned and operated in Central Illinois with over 40 years of experience serving builders, contractors, and homeowners. Free estimates available. Call 217-314-9654. Simply Traveled Cruise Planners. Let LCHS alum Amy Wiggers-Chen help with domestic and global travel arrangements for groups, generational travel, Disney, all things cruises, and all-inclusive travel. Simply Traveled is so much more than cruises. Call Amy at 615-961-6474 or go online to simply-traveled.com. United Community Bank, located at 2201 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln and online at ucbbank.com. United Community Bank is the leader in community banking and stands ready to help both individuals and businesses. Phone 217-735-5400. Lincoln Mayor Tracy and Annette Welch. Thank you for watching WLCN's live video stream coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer basketball. This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln and online at merealty.com. The preceding program is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com.